Alright, and welcome to my new Fallout 4 series. We're going to be using the new Automatron and Wasteland Workshop DLC, and we're going to be using them to build some settlements and see what some of the new additions are going to allow us to do. So we're going to start off in Finch Farm. That's the settlement with the highway that sort of runs through the buildable area. And yeah, let's just sort of get going. So, quick summary. I've removed pretty much all of the bits and bobs and detritus that we can scrap down. There's a few little items I think I've left just in and around the Finch's cabin, some of the signs and that, just to leave a little bit of character on the go. I just got attacked actually. I was started filming and I got attacked by this Deathclaw, so I've wanged down some turrets just to keep us safe while we're building and we're not getting interrupted and things like that. And yeah, we're going to be wanting to start building on the top of this highway. And it's always a good idea whenever you're building up high in your settlements to don some power armor. There is, I think, some sort of leg wear you can get in and around the sort of central city area that does half damage if you fall, but it's just much easier to put on a power armor suit. Everything's going to be highlighted in red because I've got the sort of highlight visor option for this particular suit of armor. But yeah, anyway, hey ho, let's bring up our menu. And yeah, one of the main additions, especially in the structures section of the menu, is the new concrete options that we have available to us. So we're going to pull some of these stairs up, and we're basically just going to build a stairway to the highway. I'll do that before I get knocked out of the menu. Okay, so let's get up there. I think that should do. Yep. Let's remove some of those because it's going to get in our way. So my main thinking for the design of this settlement is to try and keep all the settlers off the ground. Keep them up top. It's always a better idea. Anyone who's seen Bear Grylls knows what I'm talking about. And yeah, this particular highway has this sort of central reservation running down it, which is going to get in our way. And it's also got holes in here in the floor, so I've fallen through these many times and lost a lot of work. So we're going to try and create a base which is just slightly higher than the central reservation. And in the interest of saving time, I've left a little anchor piece up here, just so I can get everything lined up correctly. This is a new piece. It's a quarter circle piece that comes in the flooring section of the new concrete section. And yeah, I mean, it's quite a nice piece actually. It's going to allow us to add a little bit of flair onto our settlements, so we don't just have right angles everywhere. And we've also got a new concrete base as well, which is great news for anyone who's sick and tired of waiting 2 days to speak to Mo in Diamond City. So let's just attach it. I'm going to just try and jump on top. I just find connecting these pieces a little bit easier from sort of a downward perspective. And yeah, these will clip in. I think if any sort of objects don't go through the top piece, and they're just in this sort of concrete base, should be okay. It shouldn't give you too much trouble. So yeah, really, we've just got to lay this down. Now it did take a little bit of lining up, getting that anchor point in the right place, just so that we've got a really nice close sort of edge right up to the side of the highway. Now this highway, I don't know if you can see it, does start to bend around about here and just sort of curve in. So we're not going to get it completely flush at this end, but it's definitely going to be good enough. And yeah, these new concrete pieces have a little line through them, so we also want to make sure that they're all pointing in the right direction as well. I put another one on this end just so I know where to stop. But yeah, it's basically just a case of getting these down. So you can sort of see, I'll just jump off, you can sort of see that this top part of the concrete is just above this central reservation, so that's just going to escape over the top of that, which is what we want. So these going. So yeah, apologies for it being a little bit monotonous getting these down, but I always find it's better to start with a flat base. It just gives you a nice blank canvas to work on top of. A lot of the settlements, they have loads of objects in the way, and it can be quite difficult working around them, so sometimes it's better just to set your own floor space. And if you can do that in a way that's doesn't look too bad or doesn't impact the look, then yeah, go for it. Okay. So we're going to be wanting to put, I think, a few rooms on the top of this for sort of dormitories, maybe a couple of dormitories to cover our bed quota that we're going to need. I always like to have at least 20 beds in each settlement, 20 to 25, something like that. I know there is a sort of a limit on how many people you can have in and around your settlement, but if you've got at least the amount of beds more than that limit, then it shouldn't stop settlers from coming here or being attracted to come here. Okay, nearly done. Okay, so we can put another piece on the back here if we wanted to, but as you can see, it sort of hangs over the side of the highway. It's not going to look too good from the back end of the settlement, so what we're going to use is this sort of quarter square piece, and we're going to have that running around the side. One of the things I didn't want to do is to have any buildings on this flat base going right to the edge. So the added benefit of having these sort of quarter squares is that we can have a little walkway going around the sides, and yeah, as you can see, we can't get any more sort of further out than that. But it just sort of lines up quite well, actually. If you line up these normal squares right at the start, just filling a little quarter piece at the back will just take it right to the edge as well, so it sort of works out quite nicely. So we've just got to get all these around as quick as we can. What I'm going to try and do in this first episode is just to get this base laid. As I said, it can be a little bit time consuming, a little bit monotonous, so I'll try and do it as quickly as possible. And obviously we need to get to this base as well, so I want like quite a nice looking central feature staircase going down at front as well, just so obviously all our settlers can get up to bed. Let's get that corner piece in. Okay, so we now have a nice flat base to work on. We're going to try and get the staircase fairly central, so let's count out how many pieces we've got going on the front here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 16, 17 pieces. Okay, so that means, what's the centre? 9. 1, 2, 3, 9. Okay, so we're going to use a flat piece of flooring here. It's the very first piece, and we'll throw that in. And we've actually got a nice new piece. Let me throw it in just so I can show you. It's sort of see-through. So these are really good if you're building sort of high up and things like that. It's good from looking from below. You can see all the people sort of wandering around and stuff. So that's a really good addition. But I think for our main staircase, we're going to use these style pieces. So let's just put them in. Now they do have a small, well, they do have like a patterned surface on these. Actually, quite a good idea by Bethesda to include that. It's got sort of 3 lines running down in these little spots, and they're mirrored on the underside. So when you come to putting light fixtures on, it just makes them a lot easier to line up. So yeah, kudos to Bethesda for that little ingenious trick. Yeah, stairs. Let's get them going down. Okay, so we're going to have like a double staircase effect so you can come up on either side. And we're going to try and keep these floor pieces all sort of flowing in the right direction. We don't want it looking too funky. So I just wanted to show you this side of the highway. It's got this like green line going through it. That's because we've managed to get these square blocks really sort of close up, just allowing us to get this stairway, if you can see, really sort of close onto the edge. And that sort of continues, that green line continues underneath here, but it sort of dissipates over here. You can see it just disappearing. That's, as I said, because the highway just bends slightly inwards. But it was quite a mess around trying to get the perfect line up going down here, just so we could get these stairs really flush. So yeah, that can be a little bit of a mess about, but I didn't really want to bore you with it all, so I just thought I'd do that and get that anchor point in. Okay, let's keep going down with the stairs. Sometimes when you're putting these items in, they won't necessarily go, but if you remove other items, it can be a lot easier. That's why I always like to put sort of this stairway in first. You can put it in here, and sometimes it will go in. Yep, like that, yeah, but I've had a few occasions where it wouldn't, it would get in the way. So sometimes just removing pieces and then putting the ones you want in, and you know, it'll allow those certain pieces to go back in. So a lot of it's just trial and error, really. But as regards to this video I'm making now, it's not the first one. Let's see if we can get these stairs in without falling off the edge. Yeah, I've had a few nightmares getting this series going. Our computer decided to upgrade to Windows 10 without me telling it to, as you do. And I didn't realise, but it changed some of the settings on my video capture card. So yeah, the first time I did it, great video, but no audio. So that was a bit of a nightmare. And yeah, we're just going to keep working down with the stairs. Yeah, the second time the video, the recording just cut out halfway through. I didn't even realise until I sort of started doing the editing. It just got cut off half a sentence. I think my hard drive ran out of space. Loads of sort of raw files saved from my Banished series, which if you haven't checked out, yeah, you should go in there, go and look it up. It's another sort of good building game. That's really what I like to do, just settlement building, things like that. So yeah, go and check that out. And then, yeah, then the third time, I forgot to turn the radio off. And when I uploaded it to YouTube, I got a lot of copyright infringement notices, so I thought, oh god, better redo it, do it properly. And yeah, so hopefully we'll have success this time. Okay, so as you can see, just keep going down the stairs. But this Finch Farm hut thing is going to be in our way. So what we're going to do, let's keep going out this way, making sure all our floor pieces are flowing in the correct direction. And then what I think we're going to do is going to skirt around the back. I sort of know we're going to skirt around the back because I've done it about 4 or 5 times, but yeah, it's just so that the house doesn't get in our way. Yeah, you can see we're getting quite close now, but we've got quite a bit of room going along the back. So yeah, let's just build some more flooring going all the way along. Just give that a quick spin. Okay, cooking with gas. We're getting quite close to the ground now. So how many pieces have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be the central piece. So pull some stairs going down this way. and we'll just work this round. Oh, and to top everything off, yeah, my neighbour has decided it would be a great idea at 7:30 in the morning to refurbish his home, and he's currently drilling right into one of the walls into the room that I'm in now. So yeah, cheers for that, matey. So yeah, if you hear any sort of dull moaning sounds coming from on the recording, it'll be yeah, my neighbour with his power drill. But hey ho, we shall persevere. Okay. So yeah, we want to try and swing this walkway sort of round the side of the hut. Just got enough tolerance there to get through. And we're going to... the reason I'm taking this a little bit further along this side is because... yeah, at Finch Farm we have this pile of crap, really. I don't know how else to describe it. Which you can't remove, which is quite frustrating because it's, you know, it takes up quite a lot of the buildable space on this side of the hut. So I'm just trying to sort of raise the floor again in a similar way that we did at the top of the highway, just so we get some usable space to walk around on. So yeah, we'll leave it there for this side, will we? Let's give it a double. Give us more room. Just put stuff down at a later date. Bom, 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 bom. Let's take these stairs back. In fact, let's attach them over here. Not there. There we go. And let's put the other one in. Right next to our dead death claw. Lovely stuff. Okay, let's have a little look. Well, it's taking shape, isn't it? Yeah, I sort of wanted to go for the look where we've got like a floating staircase, but obviously it's attached at the top to the concrete base at the top of the highway. We're also going to put a concrete wall at the back,
just in the nick of time.
And it'll look like, you know, the staircase is anchored to sort of strong pieces, but it's steel and concrete. You know, it's pretty sturdy stuff, but it definitely looks good. So yeah, we've got our base done. We've got our main crux of the stairway done. I think we'll leave it there for this episode, and when we come back, yeah, we're going to put some railings in and around the top and the stairs. We want to be able to work without the power armour, so we want to make sure we're not going to be falling off. So yeah, when we come back, we'll be doing that in a bit.